Hello guys and welcome back. My name is Hisham and today I'll be showing you 10 tips and tricks that I found in the Oppo Find X5 Pro, which is applicable to all Oppo and OnePlus phones. If you like the video, please support the channel by liking it and subscribing, and without further ado, let's begin. Okay, the first tip would be the quick launch. So basically, when you press and hold on the fingerprint scanner, just keep pressing and you can see that I have a few shortcuts here. So obviously you can customize them the way you want. So whenever you want to open an app, you just swipe into it and then it will launch straight away. So this is a very quick way to launch apps. Now let's talk about the always on display. As you can see, the device supports that. However, you can personalize it in a very nice way. So if you go to always on display here and under personalize, go to portrait. In here, just choose any portrait you have in your studio, and let's say I'm gonna choose this one, and then click on generate. So it will generate an always on display based on this portrait. That's all done. You click apply and then look what happens. So this is my wallpaper, and if I lock my phone, this is my always on display based on my portrait. The third tip is enabling high performance mode. The phone is so powerful, however sometimes you need that extra boost, especially if you are a gamer. So what you need to do, you just go to setting, you go to battery, you go to advanced setting, and then enable the high performance mode. This will consume a lot of battery, so once you're done, just disable it. The fourth tip is the toolbar. If you swipe from the right to this side, you will open up a toolbar with a bunch of applications and tools that you can also customize. So if you want to open one of them, let's say the calculator, it will open up as a floating window. So as you can see, you can actually move it around, you can change the transparency, you can close it, or you can enlarge it the way you want. The fifth tip is about locking your apps. So you can lock any app in this phone with a fingerprint or face print or a passcode. So for instance, I have already locked the booking.com app. So if I launch it, it will ask me to use my fingerprint, and without it, it won't launch. So how do you enable it? So you go to setting and you go to apps, and then you go to privacy, you go to app lock, and then just enter it and then choose any app here to lock it. As you can see, I'm locking booking.com and Amazon. Now let's talk about a nifty feature, which is the system cloner. Basically, you can have two systems in your phone. So this is my main system where I have my Google Play, logged in with my Google account, I've downloaded my apps and everything. However, I can have some sort of a private space if I log in with my left fingerprint. So as you can see here, this is completely different. So you can log in with a different Google account if you want, and you can install different apps than the one that you have in your main screen. So how do you enable that? Again, you go to the main screen first, and then you go to setting, you go down to privacy, and then here in the system cloner, just enable it. If you don't want to go that far, you can actually hide some photos and apps on your system without having to use the system cloner. How do you hide the photos? So you go to photos and just click any one of them, let's say this one, and then set as a private. So as soon as you do this, it will create the private space for you. How do you access it? You go to setting, you go to privacy, you go to private save. It will ask me for my fingerprint, and here you can choose what files you've already hidden. So you go to images and you can see the images that I decided to hide. Also, you can hide apps. So for instance, as you can see here, there's two apps missing. I can actually hide another app. So if you go to setting, you go to privacy, you go to hide apps, type in the code and just choose any app. So I've hidden Amazon, I've hidden Asphalt 9. I can hide, let's say, Chrome. Okay, so now Chrome has been gone from my dock. So how do you access them now? You have to use what is called access pass. So basically I have already set my access pass to be #123 hashtags, and here are my hidden apps. How do you define that? You go to setting, privacy, hide apps. Once you're there, you click here on this gear and then you change your access code. Let's talk about a very nice feature, which is a multitasking feature. So for instance, if you are on any app, you just need to swipe with 3 fingers up. This will swipe the whole app up there, and then you can launch another app. So if I go to photos, I can actually split my screen so easily. And now let's talk about screenshots. So if you swipe with 3 fingers, you take a screenshot. But if you need just a certain part of it, so you touch and hold with the 3 fingers. So I'm going to touch, hold, and then I can just go down that much. So this area will be only screenshotted, or you can just go up and down. And once I'm happy, I can just click OK. So this is how you take a screenshot. The 9th tip is one-handed operation. This is a big phone, and sometimes you've already launched this app, and because you're using one hand, you can't reach the top. So what you need, you just need to swipe down, and then it will actually reduce the screen size to half, and then you can actually reach your notification shade, and you can see your notification, you can see the setting, and you can do whatever you want to do. And now let's talk about my favorite feature, which is swiping on the lock screen. If I swipe up, it should launch YouTube. So let's swipe up, and it actually launched YouTube. Let's swipe down, it should launch the campus, if I remember. Now let's draw W, it should open up the recorder app. Let's draw O, which should launch the camera. And let's draw V for the flashlight. And as you can see, the flashlight is on. So these were the 10 hidden tips and tricks in Oppo Find X Pro. I hope you liked the video, guys. And if yes, please support us by giving us a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much, guys. Salam.